Or keep building some strength by keeping your thighs parallel to the floor. Hands can stay at the earth or your blocks, so move your hands to your heart, or reach your arms skyward. Wherever you are, focus on squeezing the adductors of the inner thighs towards one another like you're trying to ground up an aspirin between your knees. Which, fun fact, was the birth control method my dad gave me when I was about to go to my Christmas formal in the 9th grade. It's not actually what he told me to do. Well, it's what he joked I should do. Hold an aspirin between my knees. It's classy. One more breath in. And exhale, release your feet to the mat. Plant your feet, hips distance. Slide one or both blocks back alongside your hips. Reach your arms forward. Full breath in. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale again. Exhale, lower 3/4 down. One more time, breath in. Exhale, lower, but keep the shoulders off the earth. Shift your fingertips behind the ears, elbows wide, stack your knees up over your shins. Inhale here. Exhale, twist and wrap, right elbow kisses your outer left knee, lengthen through the right leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, cross it over. Back and forth, little yogi bicycles. We're just here for 1 minute. You can do that. Promise, promise, promise. You can stay slow and steady, or you can start to pick up the pace. If you want to scissor kick your legs or even shift and tap fingertip to opposite ankle, you can. Force out a little exhale to help. We're over halfway. Let's go, last 10, 8, final 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Give yourself a nice, big full body stretch. Open mouth, exhale. Release your hands down alongside your hips. Bend your knees, soles of the feet to the mat. If your block is close by, you might want to place it between the inner thighs as a nice little spacer and also a way to squeeze. Keep the legs strong. Exhale your breath out. And inhale, press into the feet and the shoulders. Send your hips up towards the sky. Bridge pose. If the hips have lifted, nuzzle the shoulders behind the heart. You might interlace your hands behind your back, lengthening your knuckles towards your heels. Another round of breath. And exhale, softly lower the spine down one vertebra at a time. Take a second round of bridge. You're welcome to head straight on in, or if you'd like to take full wheel pose, bring your hands up to frame your ears, knit your elbows in towards the ears, take a subtle pigeon toe through the feet. Exhale your breath and inhale, press your belly to the sky and your heart through the cage of your ribs towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. Taking little sips of air. When you're ready to release, start with a tuck of the chin towards your chest as you slowly lower it down. Shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. Allow your knees to kiss towards one another. Your feet might walk towards the width of the mat. Think of a little A-frame house. Letting everything reset and settle back in. Gently, slowly draw your knees towards your chest and wide towards the armpits. Stack your ankles up over the knees. Catch your calves, ankles, or feet as you sway a little left and right for happy baby pose. Massage your sacrum against the mat. Then release the grip of your shins, cross one ankle over the other. Start to rock and roll a few times, back and forth, massaging through both sides of the spine until you gain a little bit of momentum. We're going to meet in down dog, but if you want to shoot through a chaturanga, hey, go for it. Have some fun. Once you're back to your down dog, notice how this one feels, how the shifts are working through the body. Inhale, rock forward, shoulders over your wrist creases, heels over the toes. Option for knees down as we slowly lower for 5. Hug the elbows in 4. Belly tight 3, 2, and 1. All the way to the mat. Release the tops of your feet long back behind you. Keep your feet hips distance apart. Take your hands back alongside your hips, palms face the earth. Exhale your breath out. And inhale, defy some gravity. Lift the legs, arms, shoulders off the mat. Squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Continue to spiral up from the inner thighs. Feet stay hip distance. Locust pose. 2 more breaths. Last inhale. And exhale, release it down. Take a cheek to the mat. Turn in one direction or the other. We'll take a second round of locust or moving into floor bow. Bend the knees, reach back, catch both ankles with your hands. You've had this position before, just in different relationships. And first time with both hands to ankles. Exhale your breath out. Inhale, kick into the hands, draw the shoulders back. Taking floor bow, toes can be pointed or create a flex through the ankle line. When you're ready to release, do so gently. Take the opposite ear to the mat, and then windshield wiper your knees, your legs left and right. Slide your hands underneath the shoulders. Rock back over your knees. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Let's come back to where we began in child's pose. Tune in, listen to the breath. Listen to how your body is feeling. Inhale, rise back up through your tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift your hips back high to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, scoop your right leg high up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, trace your knee towards the wrist. Slide your shin over towards the left side of the mat. Anywhere from a 45-degree angle or so with foot close to the hip, all the way up to 90 degrees, foot towards the wrist. Feel free to slide your block underneath your right hip for a little added lift and support. Or if this doesn't feel good on your knee, you can always take a seat, cross your right ankle over the left. Take a moment to find some buoyancy before you track the heart forward, lowering down. Notice how the pose feels, where you have any unnecessary tension or grip. One more round of breath. Slowly walk your hands back up underneath the shoulders. Tuck your left toes under, float your back knee. And send your right leg back up high to the sky. Bend the knee, stack the hip, roll it on out. And come on back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg now high to the sky. Exhale, trace your knee behind the wrist. Angle your foot over to somewhere appropriate for your personal anatomy. Find ease as you move in. Take your time. Leaving space for the fact that this half might be sending you a totally different message than the other. Give yourself 2 to 3 more long rounds of breath, slowing everything down. Take your time, walk your hands up and back. Plant your palms, tuck the right toes, float the knee, and send your left leg now up high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, back the hip, roll it on out. Take whatever you need. And then come back, downward facing dog. Final breath here. Give yourself one last long, deep inhale through the nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Softly release your knees down to the floor. Sit back on your heels before you shift off to one hip or the other, scooping your legs out in front of you. Ensure that your block is halfway back alongside your hips. With legs long, reach your fingertips forward. Full breath in. Tap into space through the spine. Exhale, lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. Once you connect shoulders to earth, back of the head to the earth, bend your knees, feet hips distance, fingertips grazing the heel, same setup as your bridge pose. But this time, take your block in one hand, exhale your breath out, and inhale, lift your hips up, slide your block underneath your sacrum. So typically low or medium setting of height will give you plenty of stability while still supporting the arch of the spine. You can stay with your feet grounded or slowly elevate one ankle at a time up towards the sky for a supported inversion, a supported legs up the wall without the wall. If you feel comfortable, allow your eyes to close. Tapping into the awareness of sensation and feedback that your body is giving you. One more full breath in. Exhale. Release your feet back to the mat. Lift your hips off of your block, slide it to the side. Lower your spine down one notch at a time. Extend your left leg out long. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, and then peel your right knee wide towards the right armpit. Taking wind-relieving pose, you can draw a few circles with your ankle, tap into mobility. Keep the left leg long as you pivot your hips a few inches over to the right, and then allow the right knee to drape down to the left. Your right arm can open up wide. If this feels any kind of crankiness in your low back, try stacking your left knee underneath the right or sliding the block underneath your knee. Inhale, ride back up through center, reset your hips. Exhale, send the right leg long, and then draw the left knee in. Peel the left knee wide towards the left armpit. Having that nice little squeeze. Maybe even welcoming in the circle rotation through the ankle. Little pops and clicks as they release. Another inhale here. And then exhale, bump your knee or hips over towards the left. Let your knee drape down towards the right. Inhale, release up out of your supine twist. Reset your hips. Draw your knees in towards your chest and listen for a moment to your body. What does it need most right now? If there's any final poses that you crave to complete your practice, this is a great opportunity to do so. If you're ready to move into the final pose of class today, I'll guide you there. Start with reaching your heels out long towards the top two corners of your mat. Allow your hands to fall down by your sides, turning your palms skyward, taking up some real estate in your room. Notice if anything is not 100% comfortable. Give yourself permission to shift. Lengthen your tailbone, hug your shoulders behind your heart, or do what you need to do. Let go of any control or adjustment of your breath instead, welcoming in an easy flow and cadence, something absolutely effortless. Welcoming in your final resting posture of Shavasana. I'll call you out. Leave your body just as it is and welcome in a soft breath. Exhale and let it go. Continue to deepen your breath as you awaken your fingers and your toes with a little bit of carbonation of movement. You might give yourself a nice big full body stretch. It's the opportunity to begin again. Start your day fresh and new. Then roll over to one side, rest for a moment in a fetal position. And using as little effort as possible, root into your top palm and guide yourself up to take a comfortable seat. If you like, sit on a block or in any way that feels comfortable. Invite your palms to join together in front of your heart space, a gesture of gratitude, not only to yourself for carving out the time to practice, your body for all that it's able to do, including all that it's not able to do and the lessons that offers. And gratitude for everyone else who shared this path and this journey with you today. We'll end with one breath together. Take a long inhale through the nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Thank you so much for being here for practice today. Lighten me honors the light in you. Namaste. All right, how do you feel? Sorry if you're hearing my kids.